Dear Super Eagles, can you qualify for the FIFA World Cup? Now that's the big question. Can the Eagles take full advantage of South Africa's 3-point deduction and reach the 2026 FIFA World Cup? Temple Gist brought to you by Aza Studios. It's no news, guys, that FIFA have done 3 points from South Africa following their fielding of an ineligible player, talking about Tebu Mokoena, in their game against Lesotho. Now that case has been on for a while, and FIFA during the week finally gave its verdict on that game, even though South Africa have 10 days to appeal before match day 9 of the FIFA 2026 World Cup qualifiers, where South Africa will be in action against that same Lesotho. Now, for Nigeria, it is how well the Eagles can profit from this decision and still reach the World Cup. Now, 2 games to go in the FIFA World Cup qualifiers that will take place this month, as the Eagles will be in action against Lesotho first,
Yes.
and of course Benin Republic in their second game. Of course, apologies, South Africa don't play Lesotho, I beg your pardon, in that one. But for
Rwanda.
Nigeria, we must first negotiate Lesotho before we then host Benin Republic on the 14th of October at the Godswill Akpabio International Stadium.
Yes.
Now, South Africa have also been fined 10,000 Swiss francs by FIFA for that decision, while the player just escapes with a warning.
Yeah.
Now, the Bishop and Shakari joins me as we look at the chances of the Eagles. Can they take full advantage? Can Nigeria still qualify for the World Cup? Now, that's the big talking point. As it stands in Group C, Nigeria do have 13 points, 11 points, I beg your pardon, with 2 games left after playing 8 games. South Africa have dropped to second on the table, just behind Benin Republic on goal difference after 3 goals and 3 points were deducted from the Bafana Bafana. Now, South Africa do have 14 points, level on points with Benin Republic, but it means that for South Africa, they must win their last 2 games, which is against, I think, Rwanda, against Benin and Rwanda, if I'm not mistaken. In the last 2 games, Rwanda and one other team, in the last 2 games to seal qualification for the World Cup qualifiers. Not so?
Yeah. First of all, I want to have my appreciations goes to FIFA for giving a breathing aside.
Well, South Africa plays Zimbabwe and Rwanda, just
yes,
to correct that,
yes.
in the last 2 games.
First of all, like I said, I want to give a big shout out to FIFA for breathing life into our World Cup campaign. And as this time last week, it was all sour grapes and worry and turmoil and pain and reproach. But now, we can now do it in our hands. What we need to do is win our next 2 games and pray that the same God of soccer who forced FIFA to move their hands can make South Africa drop points, and then we are through to the World Cup. But again, another person who's going to be happy with this thing is Benin Republic. They're now top of the group on goal difference. If they win Nigeria in Uyo and get a win away from in their home turf, they are through to the World Cup for the first time in their history. Lesotho has got a chance as well. They have 11 points. I saw the secretary of the Lesotho Federation saying that he's a happy man. He feels that he has achieved by showing that FIFA did the needful by deducting the point. But
no, Rwanda, rather.
Talking about Lesotho, the man who
no, Lesotho on 9, Rwanda on 11.
11, yeah. But Lesotho president he said it was once giving thanks to God that they have a chance. I don't know why he sees the chance. Anyway, let's be realistic. I think it's now up to Nigeria now. It's not in their hands too, but it's up to Nigeria now to give it a go. Final push, get 6 points, and then wait for whatever happens. We saw things like this happen before when Nigeria had to go to, was it Kenya? Got a 3-2 victory, and other results fell their way.
Algeria.
Exactly. And Nigeria was at the World Cup in 2010. It can still happen. But again, the question I want to ask Shakari, because really not his head and he's looking at me with a bombastic side eye, is can we beat our chest and say that this Nigerian team will get 6 points from these 2 games?
Absolutely.
That's a big question.
Absolutely not. I don't talk this thing since last year, since when we lost against Benin Republic at Cote d'Ivoire. I think, was it 2-1 or 3-1?
Yeah, 2-1.
Yes, and since then I'd already write time off saying that World Cup, Mexico, US, and Canada, Nigeria need to go that World Cup. It's about time we start to tell ourselves the truth.
But the president was emphatic during the AGM that Nigeria will be at the World Cup.
Yeah, I think the last,
like you're still something.
I think the last best thing we've had in form of a manager is the trying to remember his name.
General.
Not Genero, the one that took us to the Pissarro.
Okay.
For me, because we cannot have Pissarro and just all of this would happen. We know that it was towards the start of the World Cup qualifiers that he was shown the exit door.
But I think he played 2 games.
Yeah, he played 2 games before the AFCON. It was one of 2 games.
One loss,
2
draws. Yes.
And
the fact and with all the instabilities and inconsistencies surrounding the NFF and the managerial job and all of that, Nigeria need to go that World Cup. I know, say yes, it is looking very, very possible, but we can, like you said, can you confidently beat your chest and say we're going to get 6 points from these 2 games? Unfortunately, we had chances, right? We had
a lot of chances.
If we had beaten South Africa,
we had a very good chance.
If we had beaten South Africa,
but now
our fate would have been in our hands.
The truth is, South Africa was there for the taking. I saw that game, and before the game, we were expecting that South Africa would put up a fight,
but they did not.
The game was there for the taking. After the own goal they got, they did not play any of that in the entire part of the game.
Back to just soak the pressure.
Come on, we could have easily won that game. And before that, the draw we had, was it against Rwanda or so?
Yes.
The game we're winning and all of it.
Oh, sorry, we drew in Uyo. Late equalizer.
It just goes to show how inconsistent and how negligent those players can be. I don't know where to place it, whether it's a player problem or it's a manager problem.
You can't get a coach at a chair and say it's a player problem. Because for me, it does take us back to the whole issue. You know, there's now a lot of speculation about his future, whether they'll be giving. Don't forget, it's a 1-year contract. If he does well, it can be extended to 2 years, to 3 years. That is 2 extra years. If we're looking at the Chan, do you think he deserves a contract? We saw him at the Chan.
Now the truth is, how
we saw him at the qualifiers.
The truth is, for how long do you want to keep doing that? So giving people job based on results, performance.
So should we keep him win or win? No, should we keep him leave or win? Go to World Cup or not?
How long one they do
so
this?
So keep him.
He should stay there. Okay. As far as I'm concerned, because I mean,
and I share your sentiment.
We should have had. We had other people. I'm still of the opinion that we would have kept Fini the George, despite we're not getting the best of results. But this one
for continuity's sake, for longevity's sake,
for longevity. Unkani Sam said this thing here. Even though we were not going to go to the World Cup, or we're not going to make the World Cup, we should get someone that will know that.
Keep the faith.
Now, do you get?
Like Senegal did with Alucisi.
Yes. Now the point is, you're getting somebody now. Take away World Cup ambitions, whether or not to go to the World Cup. Get someone that will stay
there's
and
stay
there.
Already,
come on, there's a Nations Cup.
So because of this, it brings us into the deep
end. How long won't they do that one for?
For me, guys.
And I've always said that. Our problem as a national team, it goes beyond just the national team.
I agree with you. Totally agree.
Now look at our under 17s, our under 20s.
Wow.
No,
we do not even have it. We will not even get.
We'll leave that question
Nigeria
for the day we open.
Nigeria does not have a recognized style of play.
For guys, now this is it for me because we have to look at it squarely. Now, the 3 points they talk from South Africa brings, of course, advantage to Nigeria. Now the big question is, can we win our 2 games? Unfortunately, now since the World Cup started, Nigeria has not gone into any window and picked maximum points from any of the windows. Now there have been 4 windows in the World Cup qualifiers. Match day 1, we could only pick 2 points.
Yeah.
Now that's 1 and 2 was the same.
Yeah.
Match day 2 and 3, we could only pick 3 points.
3 points. Yeah. Losing 1, winning 1.
Losing 1 and winning 1. Well, did we even? Yeah, no, we drew South Africa and lost. We picked 1 point.
1 point from
just 1 point.
Yeah.
Now match day 3. I think
4 points.
Did we pick 4 points?
Yeah, we drew 1 and 1.
No, it was match day 4 that was 4 points.
Match day 3 was 4 points.
Match day 3 was not. Match day 3 was 2 draws.
2 draws as well.
It was 2 draws.
Shockingly.
Okay, we went to Rwanda away and beat them. So it was 4 points. So it was 4 points.
Right, yeah.
And then this one, we also had
4 points.
4 points. So it means that we got 11 points.
Shocking.
You know?
Shocking.
8-2-1.
11 points in 8 games.
In 8 games. Shocking. Now, this is it for me. And that's why I feel like Rwanda now plays a crucial role in the Super Eagles qualifier.
They are the helper.
Now, Rwanda play South Africa and Benin.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Problems.
Yeah.
Now, they host South Africa in their last game at the Mahoro Stadium in Rwanda and travel to Ivory Coast to play Benin Republic.
Yeah.
Now, this is how it works. And that's why I feel like there's still hope for Nigeria.
If Rwanda win both games.
A slight hope. Now, because Benin Republic are playing at a neutral ground.
Yeah.
Rwanda can go there. Rwanda on 11 points. Don't rule them out yet.
That's they can beat both of them to qualify.
They can beat
and
both.
throw us out.
Now, Rwanda can win their 2 games and finish on 17 points.
So Nigeria will have to win the higher goal scoring.
What it means is that if Rwanda finish on 17 points, it means that they have to only outscore South Africa.
No,
Yes.
South Africa, yes.
They have to ask South Africa that if South Africa go on to win
Their last game.
their last game.
So I know.
So-
I know Rwanda hosts South Africa
in their last game,
Yes.
then travel to
Now,
Benin
One
on
thing
match day 9.
One thing
No, I'm going somewhere. Now, if it happens that way for Nigeria, it will mean that we also need to win our 2 games.
Yes.
Beat of course Lesotho and then beat
Benin
Benin.
Republic, yeah.
Then we'll also be on 17 points. For South Africa, if they will lose a game, the best they will
It's
get
over.
is 17 points.
They cannot
It's
win.
17 points.
Best game.
But they have 3+3 goals difference. Now I'm also worried that the Eagles are not scoring goals. We're not scoring goals. We have a +2
Yeah.
as our goal difference.
We're not scoring
And
goals.
the first
We're
rule,
not
unfortunately, is
conceding
not because the FIFA World Cup qualifier. It is not
Head
head
to
to
head.
head.
It's
Yeah.
goal difference.
It is
First
goal
goal
difference first. Before goal scored, then the head to head rule.
Go ahead.
Then the head to head rule. So it means that one on the other hand, Rwanda must help us. And on the other hand, we must do our job diligently by getting maximum points.
Can we just share the grace together?
The
Because-
grace of the Lord Jesus Christ.
Yeah, my brother, because that's what we have to. Because I just can't find comments. No disrespect to. No, I said this a long time ago, and people like say they call me I was playing spoiler. I was prophet of doom. But it's not doom. It's the reality on ground. It take an absolute.
So the World Cup dream is over.
I just say the more we try to do the permission, the more it gets harder. We talk about Rwanda 11 point winning 2 games to help us. But then that's on goal difference. Okay, they don't win the 2 games. That means the Republic and they will pick a point. So the more we try,
Do you get? So now
the more we
we
try.
not even talk about just the South Africa. Now there's a
must take a
Rwanda
miracle.
and there's a Benin Republic. Come on. One thing I did very sure of be say the last game Benin Republic their last game against South Africa.
And
You
against
know-
Nigeria.
No,
the last game-
Rwanda rather
Yes.
their last game against
It'll
South
be a
Africa.
big
I
fight
did
to
very
finish.
sure say they could be because have you seen the state of that stadium? For Christ's sake, I don't think there's any professional that
No, they're not playing.
Not
They're
playing
playing
there.
in Rwanda.
They play Rwanda.
They're playing in Rwanda.
Even
Rwanda hosts
even
them.
if the stadium in Polo,
No.
in
I'm talking of the stadium in Rwanda. Is it?
the Amahoro Stadium,
No, the Amaro Stadium is full now.
Fantastic.
That's
No,
what
no,
Super
no.
Eagles went to win. But
because the
no,
stadium
no.
Nigeria was to play Lesotho, but now we're not going to play them in that stadium. We're going to play them in Polokwane. That's where FIFA has approved. So we're not going to play them at the Durban Stadium in Polokwane. So forget it.
Okay.
We're going to have a lush green stadium against Lesotho. Is that what you expect? That stadium is where Lesotho play all their games. That's where we play South Africa.
But like, if
That's where
we
we
don't
do
beat
the
Lesotho, we should.
Forget it.
I think we should not beat Lesotho.
But
we should-
we played Lesotho
No,
before now.
we have to right
We
now.
have
We've
to
played
beat
that
them.
before.
We have
we
to.
couldn't
That was
beat
match
them.
they won.
Yes.
Let's
We have
assume we're testing
We're going to
waters.
beat them in where? In your own home. And I'm going to play them in anyways, neutral ground. But see,
I remember.
let me tell you something. Head or tail, Nigeria does not qualify. That's the way I see it.
Real.
After wins the 2 games, they don't qualify.
It's
After
not
winning 2
Arsenal.
games.
It's
So
Nigeria.
maybe it's the issue of both of them are both underachievers. Anyway, the truth remains: if Nigeria does win the 2 games, they don't qualify. They win 1 game, they don't qualify. They win 1, they draw 1, they don't qualify. See, I've looked at the permutation. It's getting the more we check it, the more harder it becomes. If they win both games, they don't have to win that. But we lose to one side here. South Africa
You're
will then
already
lose to another
confusing.
side here.
Leave that thing.
See-
Leave Nigeria.
And even to cap it all up and
Leave
repeat,
Nigeria.
go back to the first question I asked. Can we beat our chest? I said that Nigeria will win these 2 games. The answer is a N-O, an emphatic no with a capital N and a capital no. Not because we don't have the quality of player, but because the football we've seen them play in the last 1 year under Eric Chell or
It's
less
not
than
convincing.
has been scrappy. It's been an eyesore. It's been excruciating. It's been unacceptable. Nigerians have lost faith in the Super Eagles. You know, I prefer go watch a Super Falcons game or the Falcons playing
Anytime,
in
any
their
day.
Dancing Stadium in Ibadan. Than to watch because I know what I will get from them. But the Super Eagles, you get heartbreak. You're struggling to beat. The last game was a 1-0 victory, and that goal was the most the scrappiest goal in the world. Afterwards, yeah. We wasted 90 minutes of Nigerians to score it, and we paid ticket fee. They will put a ticket fee.
It should have been free.
It should not be free because the game is. To me, come on, I rest my case.
Well, for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, the die is cast. Coach Eric Sekochel, in the coming hours, well, of course, days should be released. The squad, 4 Nigerians, our last 2 World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho in South Africa, which comes up on the 10th, and also against Benin Republic here in Nigeria on the 14th. Now, there is also an if in Nigeria's World Cup qualification race because in Group E, a certain Eritrea has pulled out. And so it means that group has 5 teams in that World Cup qualifying group. Now, in all fairness, to balance the equation of second place teams, it is meant that FIFA or CAF should naturally now ignore all results
Yes.
of the team that finished 6th in the qualifiers. Now, if this is done at the end of the World Cup qualifiers in Africa, it will automatically mean one thing and one thing alone. If the Super Eagles do win their 2 games, we are automatically through to the World Cup. And I'll tell you how. Nigeria, of course, in our group, we have Zimbabwe bottom on the table with 4 points. And as it stands, Zimbabwe will finish bottom, except they win their last 2 games and other teams. And of course, Rwanda don't pick any point at all. But because they might not win their last 2 games, they'll finish bottom. And if FIFA are to reject Zimbabwe from the World Cup qualifying race, it would then mean that the points that every team has gotten against Zimbabwe will be taken off.
Yes.
And the sweet news is that Nigeria only took 2 points from Zimbabwe.
Absolutely.
So it means if the Eagles win their 2 games and finish on 17 points and 2 points are taken, we'll finish on 15. Now, let me now give you how it's falling for South Africa. South Africa won 14 points, could win their last 2 games, right? And finish on 20 points. But the sad news is, if FIFA does that rule, 6 points will be taken for South Africa and they automatically finish on 15 points. It means that the Eagles...
14 points.
They'll finish on 14 points. It will mean that the Eagles will be ahead of them. For Benin Republic, same thing will also apply to them because they got maximum points out of this side. So, if that also happens, because we've seen it in case before, where one team pulls out, FIFA then balances the group. But however, now why it may not happen, again, is that in that group, there's a certain Tanzania who are second in Group E, with Morocco already qualifying with 21 points. But Tanzania on 10 points. Tanzania could argue to FIFA and CAF that maybe if they had beaten Eritrea in their 2 games, they would have finished on 16 points.
Yeah.
Might be enough for them to pick one of the second base slots. But if there's no case for Tanzania, it means that the only sure way for Nigeria is to win both games and hope that results elsewhere favor us. Can the Eagles take full advantage? It is now on Eric Sekuchel. Whatever confidence the NFF feel the last time during the AGM from the president when he said the Eagles will qualify, he knows what he's saying. But we also have a friendly match fixed for November against Venezuela and Colombia. And I asked myself, are we giving up hope on the Super Eagles already? Or we just feel like let's just have one friendly just in case the boys don't qualify. Can the Eagles make it to the World Cup? The next few weeks, but the next 1 week will be very, very tough for Nigerian football and crucial. It will be a week where the Eagles make it or the Eagles don't make it. Will they take full advantage? We can only watch, wait and see how they play out in their games in South Africa and back here in Uyo. Temple Gist, brought to you by RSR Studios.